Alright guys, now for the story on my Pennsylvania black bear. Got this bear in the year 2003. For years I hunted West Virginia. I hunted this farm for at least 16 years. And that particular year, the landowner, the farmer, had a tractor roll over on him and he died from his injuries from that accident with the tractor. The guy was a good friend of mine. I mean, we talked often. He was just an all-round good guy. But anyways, he was going through a divorce at the time when this accident happened. So when he passed away, his family and his wife's family were feuding over the property. So it was a 1,200-acre farm. I mean, it was a beautiful place to hunt. We got tons of deer on that farm. We could no longer hunt. There was no way we were going to go back there and hunt with, all the stuff that was going on. So I already had a vacation scheduled. I always scheduled a vacation for the first week of buck season. West Virginia's buck season starts the same time as Pennsylvania's bear season. So I already had a vacation scheduled that week, and I decided maybe I should try bear hunting. Now there was a guy I worked with. Every time he come in on Monday morning, he would tell us about Saturday, the area he hunted on Saturday. He was always seeing bear. I know 3 or 4 different times he would come in during archery season and tell us about the bear he's seen. Sometimes he would see maybe 2 bear. So I was talking with him one day and I asked him, I said, "Are you going to go bear hunting up there?" He says, "No." He says, "My wife will never let me have a bear mount or a bear rug. There's no way she'd ever let me have that." He says, "So I'm not even going to bother." He goes, "Do you want to hunt there?" I said, "Yeah, I'll hunt there." I said, "Just, I don't know where it's at." So we made arrangements. He took me up to his spot, showed me around, showed me the different places where he saw the bear coming out of the laurel. It looked like a good spot. So I went up, set up a climbing stand, set it up at the base of a tree, had everything set up for Monday, the first day of bear season. So I get up there Monday morning, I pull up to where I'm going to park, and there's a truck sitting in the spot where I wanted to be. So I go back through the woods, and about 50 yards from my tree stand, there's a guy sitting there. So I walked up to him, talked to him a little bit. He was an old fella, real nice guy, said he's been hunting there for years. Told me there's a lot of bear here. So I talked with him a little bit. I pointed out my tree stand. I said, "Well, I'm just going to grab my tree stand and I'll be out of your hair." And he apologized and he said, "Well, if you want to hunt there, go ahead." I said, "No." I said, "I'm just going to, I'll get out of your way." So I got my tree stand, threw it in my truck, went on up the road, and I spent the rest of the day walking around the woods, looking around, trying to, learn a little bit about the woods. Didn't see anything, didn't see any deer. The next day, Tuesday, I woke up. There was about a ½ inch of snow on the ground. It was still spitting snow. I thought, well, maybe today will be a good day. Hurry up. I get up to the spot. Sure enough, there's that old fella. His truck was sitting in the same spot. So I didn't even stop. I just drove on past, pulled over, walked around, spent the whole day walking around. I walked around probably till about 2 o'clock. Didn't see any bear tracks, didn't see any deer tracks. I didn't see much of anything. I did see some coyote tracks. So I was cold, tired, and hungry, and I decided it was time just to call it a day. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm driving past the spot where that truck was sitting. Truck was gone. There was nobody in the woods. I kept driving, stopped at a little store, got a sandwich, got something to drink, and I'm sitting there eating a sandwich in my truck. I'm thinking, something, there's still a couple hours of daylight left. I should just go back and hunt the rest of the day. So I turned around, went back to the original spot where I wanted to hunt, since the first day. There was a little bit of a area there where my buddy showed me, right where he had his tree stand. There's a little place where some brush piled up there. I took a seat right beside that brush. Was sitting there, only sitting there maybe 15-20 minutes. I was kind of dozing off, kind of looking at the ground. I could hear leaves rustling. I could hear, footsteps. And my first thought was, this must be one of those bucks chasing a doe, because my buddy told me he seen a nice buck up there chasing does around the last day of archery season. So I look up, lo and behold, it's a black bear, and it's running towards me. Not running to attack, but it was just running in my direction. Probably 50 yards away. Needless to say, I pull up, I shoot. I could tell I hit the bear. I could see it flinch a little bit. Cycled another round of my bolt action. This time it was going from left to right. Took a shot. I seen bark fly off a tree. I missed with that shot. Bear turned, running directly away from me. I shot another round, knocked the bear down, rolled around, it got back up and was running. It kept running. I cycled another round. I shot again. It went down again. It rolled around for probably about 10-15 seconds, and then everything was still. Walked up to it, and I was shaking like I never shook before. I've never felt excitement like that with any deer I've ever got. But I was excited to get a black bear. And I went to call home, call on a cell phone. At that time I had an old flip phone. They just come out. I went to call. As soon as somebody answered the phone, when I called home, the phone hung up and I looked, my battery was dead. So I wasn't even able to tell anybody. But that's the story on my one and only black bear. I never hunted bear until that day. I've never hunted. So I thought I was pretty fortunate. All those other years I spent hunting in West Virginia. It's my first, probably only, Pennsylvania black bear. Bear weighed 200 pounds. It was a male. I got a certificate from the Game Commission. They would send these certificates out, to lucky hunters that would get a bear. I don't believe they do that anymore. I think you get everything online now. But that was my bear, and that's the story. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.